morning. So this is the first day of our trip. Everything's going good so far. Yesterday we had no major breakdowns. Actually, we had no breakdowns.
Yeah.
Which was really uneventful and nice. Just a nice, easy drive. We're currently in Kentucky. We're gonna hit some trails today. So last night was the first real test setup with this, and it worked out really good. It poured down rain, so I had a tarp over everything. This slide out is so useful for everything. I absolutely love it. That with the table right there, it made cooking breakfast and coffee this morning so nice. Slept in the hammock. I did have one problem. So with the hammock folded down, I actually was hitting this all night, right on my back. I did find out halfway through the night that I could slide this way. So I think for the next time I sleep in the hammock, I'm going to have to untie it and then do one more wrap around the bar to get it up a little bit higher. Keith, do you care to describe what happened here?
So basically, I was an idiot, and when I put this awning up and put it up upside down, so we went to put it up the first time I ever used the thing, and it didn't. Now I gotta remount it.
Well, we successfully flipped the awning, and it was a really good thing that we tested it at home first to make sure that things like this don't happen. So,
Set up, man.
Glad I brought the soft lowers because it's going to be raining today and it's going to be muddy on the trail. I'm thinking Henry actually found a way to hopefully drive with his top on.
so I had a cover made for the Jeep out of basically boat canvas. An Amish fellow made it. Extremely good at what he does. Anyway, but I never designed it to drive down the road, and I don't know why I didn't, because when it rains and all your gear gets wet, it's quite annoying. So Keith and I figured out this morning that we could tuck the top behind the windshield frame, fold it down, fold it up, and it keeps it where the wind can't grab it. So I am really hoping that that works, which would cure my wet weather trouble, like if we have to drive through rain, because it's really fast to put on, or if we're going down a really soupy trail and I don't want the interior full of mud, but I want to give it the old yeet. So we're gonna try to keep it on at like highway speed. This is not in any way gonna stay this way and kill myself and everyone else around me because I can't see anything. But I do have a mirror and I do have a window.
Let me just merge into this lane. Just kidding. Hey Keith, so what did you do to waterproof your thing?
I rolled the windows up.
So that was awesome. We just stayed a night here and we go up to pay in the morning and the lady was like, nah, no charge. No charge for you guys. No idea why. That's awesome. Let's hit the road.
They all laughed at me, said it wouldn't work, but it's working. It's not right, obviously. It's got a lot of blind spots, but it's working. I mean, I'm doing about 65. It's staying on. It's a whole lot better than the tarp and the rain suit and all the dirt that hits you when you're driving down the road. I'm very happy that I can use this as an emergency setup. And when I get back to Pennsylvania, I can have the fellow who made it modify it for basically like a quick rain cover and also sleep cover. So there's a lot of potential with this top and this old Jeep. I was really worried it wouldn't work so well because it's from 1943 with a Toyota engine and everything. But a little bit of ghetto ingenuity and we're good to go. So hopefully you guys can hear me because it's really loud in here, but it has indeed started to rain. I put up my window and it's working. I'm not getting wet. And let me be clear about something. It's not the getting wet that's annoying. You're driving a Jeep, it's like a motorcycle, you get wet. The rain ain't the bother. What's the bother is the back spray that comes behind you in your vehicle. It's like this silty dirt road grime all over you, your interior, all of your gear, like in the folds of your skin and your like elbows and crap. There's all like dirt. It's disgusting, and it tastes like whatever is on the road. Other than that, the rain is just rain. It'll dry. It's not a big deal. But I'm not experiencing that right now, and I'm like smiles ear to ear because I'm not getting roached and road spray.
All right, so we made it to the start of a trail, we think. This is Sandy Bridge Road, I believe, and it supposedly turns into a trail. Not really sure. They're in charge of that. They're using Onyx Offroad app to find these trails. So if you're interested in that, you should probably check it out. We're gonna air down a little bit because this road's getting a little bit bumpy with all the gear. It really helps to air down, makes the ride a lot softer and a lot smoother. Yes, you have to air back up later, but Henry has a compressor, so I'm just gonna use his.
I aired down to 20 PSI. I think that should be enough.
Okay, so for my rig, I went down to 20 in the front and 25 in the back just because I have so much weight. I don't want to blow a bead, and I don't know what's really going to be ahead of us on this trail. I used an ARB rapid deflator. If you don't have one of these, it saves a lot of time. And if you're interested in this deflator, I'll put an Amazon link in the description below.
When you're using your rapid deflator, make sure you don't accidentally take it off in the wrong order, like before you put the valve stem back in. Like I just did, and then I watched my valve stem go, pew!
So luckily when we're out on these trips, I always have a metal detector pinpointer, which really helps finding missing valve stems and bolts. And there we go. Found it. I saved your day.
I've been holding this thing for like 20 minutes. Load. Don't drop it. Give me that thing. I can't. I'm out of hands, guys. How am I going to do this? Oh, it's already at 10 PSI. Oh, yes. Boomtown. Oh, it worked.
Jeez. All right, so never leave home without one of these. Also, got it off Amazon. Completely worth it. This thing saved the day so many freaking times out on these trips.
I've aired down to 10 PSI because it's lighter, so you lose more air. I could probably go down to like 8, but I don't know if the guys want to sit here and watch me blow a tire back in a bead.
So we're trying to find access down to the river that's right down there. We think we might have found a little access trail because we're gonna go down there and eat lunch. Henry wants to kind of repack and reorganize his Jeep.
Yeah, guys, it looks good. You can come down. There's a large landing to my right. I'll guide you guys down once you get down here.
And won't you be my neighbor?
Oh, to have a nice Land Cruiser with a tailgate. No, don't worry, Henry. Me and you can just... We'll just sit in the mud and get ticks.
I finally got my stuff reorganized. That's a problem with the Jeeps. It's like once you move one thing, everything moves. And if it rains, I tucked it all away. It was nothing but a nuisance. So we pulled over, eat some lunch. I fixed my mess. It's much more accessible. I mean, it still looks tight because it is, but it's where everything needs to be now. So.
kind of want to drive down there just so I can winch back out.
You probably should.
I mean, this looks good.
It's pretty fun. And it's not hard in your vehicle. It's all sand. I'm clearly stuck. So I'm not going to sit here and just beat my ride for no hell of it. This little tree is going to pull you out? Little vehicle, Keith. We need a different tree.
That was a big winch, mate.
That was a tight one.
Big winch.
River crossings, mate. My absolute favorite. We're gonna go check the water, make sure there's no crocs, and make sure the current ain't too high, and then we're probably gonna get stuck. But we'll send Jesse in first since he's got the lightest vehicle.
So instead of actually walking across it, we're just gonna send the little Jeep in first because it's the littlest. And if it can make it, we can probably make it too.
About to see how big this gets. This is the problem with having the smallest vehicle. You get to go first for everything.
All right, so that actually wasn't deep at all, which is nice. That means no wet gear. That's one of my biggest worries. It's not that I'll suck in water, it's that everything in the back of my Jeep will be soaked from the bottom up. And then waterproof it that way. I pulled all the drain plugs out. Land Cruiser went right through without a problem. I feel very confident on this one. This is gonna be a walk in the park. In fact, I'm gonna do it in two-wheel drive, unlocked.
Jesse, why don't you put it in four-wheel drive?
I haven't been in four-wheel drive this entire time. What about you?
Oh, mine's been in four-wheel drive since it rolled out of the factory.
Land Cruiser. All right, so we weren't smart enough to actually download the actual maps. And now we don't have service and we're kind of lost and there's literally like a ton of trails. So there's one that we're heading towards this way, but then there's some up that way and there's some that way. And we don't really know where we are or where we're heading. Adventure. All right, our navigator Keith says we are going to that way. If we get lost, who cares? There's just more trails.
That was the biggest part I ever.
Keith, how'd that make you feel?
I felt like I was floating for a second.
Oh, that's so not good because that thing's on 35s. Yeah. All right, now it's Jesse's turn.
All right, so that's actually pretty deep. I'm a little bit worried about my my drain plug holes because that's gonna suck up a lot of water and I have a lot of gear on my floor. But it's all part of the adventure. I don't think I took on much water though. I tried to keep a little bit of momentum going, But time will tell. Let's see if Henry can get through this without drowning. I always make fun of Henry because he refuses to carry a full-size spare. And I'm like, what happens if you get a flat, like on like halfway through the trip and you got to run this ugly little tiny donut like through all the sand and you got this skinny little crap tire? Something just happened.
Well, unfortunately, Jesse might be right. I don't carry a full-size spare because I don't like the weight. Dimensionally, it's correct, but it's a bit skinny. We're going to find out what the heck happened to my tire. I heard it make a noise. I don't know if I ripped it or if it beat it or whatever, but we're going to figure it out real fast.
Now, worst case scenario, we do all have patch kits. I have patch kits, plug kits. If there's a rip in it, we'll be able to figure that out. If he just maybe knocked a little air out, broke a little air out from being so low, we'll be able to air it right back up and right onto the road again.
All right, Mr. Air Compressor, your time to shine. It's like no room left on this battery. Tire's fixed. It did not have a rip in it or nothing. What happened was from my earlier incident with the valve stem on that tire that Jesse had to go find, it must not have been in tight and it slowly aired itself down until it almost blew the bead. But we got it aired up and fortunately I don't have to bust out that sweet little spare. Oh! How cool was that?
Well, you see, I lifted a front tire at the same time that my back tire fell into a hole that I thought I was gonna be wide enough for. And my CB handle hit me in the face.
Well, you made it.
Yeah, nothing's broke. It didn't fall over. Weirdly enough, though, it didn't feel like it wanted to go over. I just watched a video back and it was definitely on two wheels. But...
Oh, it was on two wheels from my angle and I was looking from down the road.
Oh, cool. That's fun. Yeah, nothing like almost wrecking your Jeep on the second day out.
All right. So I popped it into four-wheel drive low. I don't want to have to be a hero and break something.
All right, so we made it back onto
we should check and see if we're doing near the trail we want to be at. There's a road here.
This guy's doing work. Good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. Yeah, jump in here.
All right, so I think we found the trail that we were looking for. It's about to storm here in a little bit, so that's gonna be interesting. And this thing's getting pretty gnarly already. This is a 7 out of 10. I don't know what the trail's called. I will put text on the screen right here once we figure it out. And I don't die. This is steep. Dang. Oh, man.
Part you're gonna want to have your hill descent control on.
My hill descent. Okay, hill descent on.
Electronic sway bar is disconnected.
Electronic sway bars disconnected. Oh wait, I don't have sway bars. They're disconnected.
Oh, this is like pretty technical up here.
This is obviously a paved road because there is pavement. See, that is a big chunk of asphalt pavement. And now look, paved
We should have no problem.
road.
No problem.
No problem.
Yeah, I mean, like, this down here looks like it's super doable.
Oh, you could totally do it. Keith, you're gonna go dead straight. Turn a little to the driver. Right there. Keep going. Keep going, you're good. You're gonna get close to this, but don't hit that big one. Just watch your door. Yep, straight. Keith, we're gonna have you go up and drag over this. All right, yep, you're good, straight. Right there, perfect. Just follow that line. A little bit driver. Okay, right there. Passenger. Okay, perfect. Just come forward. You're doing money. You're good. You're good. And if you're not, you'll find out in a second. You're good. You're climbing it in the back now. It's gonna start going up. Passenger, passenger. Straight. Okay, come, keep coming. Passenger. Because your back's about to slip off. But if you do that, you might end up on your side. Hold on.
It's sliding.
Real slow. There you go. Perfect, dude. Perfect. Full driver. All right, see it out the door. What do you think Jesse will do?
I think he's gonna drive over a pile of rocks, and he'll be fine.
Wow, that's pretty accurate. I mean, it's driving over a pile of rocks. Look how big those stones are to the Jeep.
The camera does not do it justice. These rocks are huge. I don't think I've ever taken the Jeep over something as sketchy as that. Maybe, I don't know. Not yet, at least. All right, it's Henry's turn. All right, so this might not look too bad for you guys, but one thing you have to remember is these are our houses for a long time, and we're really overloaded. So we got to take a little bit more extra precautions, because if something goes wrong here, we're literally stuck and out of a house and sleeping on the sidewalk. All right, so this is where our trail we think is leading us.
So we have to cross it. Ooh. So it's part of the adventure.
We're just going to send the Land Cruiser in and see what happens. I mean, it can't be that deep, maybe. I don't know.
I'm sure glad he's trying it.
All right, so it didn't look that deep. Looked at a pretty good base. We're getting murdered by mosquitoes,
Yeah,
so
we
let's
are.
get freaking through this thing, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we made it back off that trail. We made it back onto the road. Let me tell you, the climb coming out of there was pretty gnarly. I mean, I was locked front and rear, four-wheel low, and it was still struggling. It was super slippery because it's like just that right amount of rain to make everything slick. It was a crazy freaking adventure. So we're gonna try to find somewhere to air up, go find somewhere to camp tonight, and then hopefully try to beat this rain, but it's already raining, so. We'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so currently we're trying to find, I don't know, somewhere to camp tonight. Hopefully it's somewhere close because it's gonna start storming here real soon. We've been riding this like little tiny trench on the radar and I think our luck's about to run out.
Post, and we can knock on their door. But I don't see that being labeled here.
So it's a little bit late. This place closed at 9 and we're here about 9:30. We called them earlier and they said that there's a door we can knock on in the back. But he's not answering the door, so we think we're just gonna go drive around and find a spot and maybe deal with it in the morning. All right guys, so we're gonna end this video here. We just set up camp for the night. It's still pouring down rain. We're all beat, we're all pretty exhausted. So thanks for watching. If you wanna help support us and keep us on the road longer, consider buying some merch. Only problem is though, is I can't ship them out until I get back. So, sorry. Shipping will be off by, you know what, don't buy merch. Unless you wanna wait like 2 months to get your product. It's up to you though. Have a good one guys, we'll see you next time.